I thought this movie was so sweet. And one of the things that I liked about it is that she was really a sweet mother to this little girl.
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this film. I've always wanted to be a mother as long as I can remember, and I have two beautiful children. They are my world. Um, so I loved that Angela, her number one priority was to make sure that Brooklyn is safe. And not only safe physically, but that her heart is always, protected. And I have friends and family who have, who are divorced, and it's challenging. It's hard, especially when you have children. And I loved that you see Angela give her ex grace, you know. She knew that it wasn't the best dynamic for the entire family, so she wanted to take control of that and make sure that her daughter had the best life possible. And I love that her ex allowed that.
Yeah.
I love that there's a little love triangle in this film. I've always wanted to be in the Girl Scouts. I never had the chance to. So when this movie, I mean, it's Girl Scouts are a part of it. I was like, I have to do this film. I just love the outfits. They're so freaking cute. And I love to bake. And so this movie had all the elements that I love in my real life. So, and also it's like all the elements of Christmas. I had to do it.
I love that. I have three little ones. One of them just turned one, so I'm
Oh,
like in
wow.
so I love you talking about motherhood
Yeah.
and are there any traditions, Christmas traditions that you're kind of having your kids do or that your family has made?
Absolutely. They are now helping us. Well, they've always helped us decorate the tree, but as you know, I mean, having a 1-year-old toddlers, it was always like, wait, no, 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 no. Oh, we can't use the glass, ornaments this year, just use plastic. This year, they're really involved and they have opinions. They pick out new ornaments. I love this. They love seeing their ornaments that they made in kindergarten, on the tree. And they're like,
Uh,
oh, you see them reminisce, talk about, memories. I also love that we bake. Now they're involved in actually baking the cookies. We do sugar cookies every year. And then chocolate chip cookies. We do sugar cookies with their best friends. And then we do chocolate chip cookies for Santa. So those are the things that they look forward to. And what I love is they're vocalizing it. Like they're like, when are we going to put the Christmas tree up, mommy?
aw.
When are we going to start baking, cookies? We're creating memories. And now they're a part of that. And I sense that they'll, pass it down if they choose to have a family.
That core memory thing. I love that
Yes.
core memory.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful to witness.
Yeah. And I know, you sound like you just love your kids so much.
I
And,
do.
you grew up in the entertainment industry. Like, how do you feel like you protect them kind of in this, it's so different even how we grew up.
I mean, I feel the main thing is I want them to love the core of who they are, and I want them to I want them to learn the importance of validating themselves, not letting outside influences define them. Because I feel like that's when you can you have the tendency to lose yourself if you give outsiders that power to define you.
Yeah.
This is another one. And I had to learn this the hard way, but I want to normalize not being liked by everyone. Like, that's okay. Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know one person where 100% of the world likes them. It's fine. You have your family, you have your friends, you vibe with certain people, and that's okay. And the people that don't like you, it's like, okay, you don't like broccoli. It's fine. Okay. Focus on the people that love you and want the best for you. I feel like when you have those qualities, it's gonna just keep you grounded.
Yeah, and I think we can impart it to our part in that we can just like love them to death, like give them like
Absolutely.
secure, like if we give them that security, like they won't let, or like the faith and like believing in something more important. And,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh, that's number one,
yeah,
like God, I always say,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
me, like
me too.
um God define I look at how God loves me,
Yeah,
number one. Like nobody can shake that.
yeah.
If you focus on that, it's like, psh, okay, you think that, that's fine. I let God define me, How does he define me in his word? And then that's what we focus on. Yeah. We were definitely instilling that. I've been instilling that in my kids since birth. And it's also beautiful to see how their faith is growing, and
Yeah,
I like to the number one thing too is I like to live by example,
yeah,
right? Like you can say all the things, but kids are like sponges. They're going, and they're your mirror, believe it or not.
yeah.
So that's what I've noticed. Like my daughter will do certain things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Adam, do I do that? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, that's exhausting. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we can learn from our children that way. And I learned the importance of trying to be the best example possible. We're not perfect individuals. So when we do act in a certain way that's not the best, we are very open about that. We're like, hey, I didn't like the way mommy was this morning. I apologize. This is probably the best way, so they're
I love
learning grace, they're learning forgiveness, but also, just trying to be the best example possible.
I love that. And I feel like I try that too because it's like we can't show that we're perfect because we're not always perfect too.
No,
And so
no,
we
because
have
then
to
you
say, I'm
develop a
sorry.
complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good lesson for them to learn how to say, I'm sorry about something
Yes.
realizing what you did and then saying, I'm sorry.
Well, you're
So,
teaching them grace and you're teaching them, forgiveness at the same time,
yeah.
because no one's perfect and you don't want to raise judgmental, children either. Mainly, you don't want them to judge themselves all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You want them to feel loved and feel secure.
yes,
I
absolutely.
love that these Hallmark movies are so wholesome. Like my girls, they wanted to watch it with me. Like,
Yeah.
is that part of the reason you like to do them? Is it
Oh,
because
absolutely. Oh my goodness. I don't have to worry. I don't have
yeah,
to worry about anything. And yes, the whole family can sit down and watch. Being in this business for over 30 years, I saw how entertainment has shifted with how we watch television. We have the streamers. It's all great. We have our little devices, but at the same time, I personally miss when families can sit down together. I feel like you have adult content, you have
yeah,
children content where they're watching their stuff, we're watching our stuff, but it separates the family. Hallmark, it brings the family together. And again, that
yeah,
is what Christmas is about, right? Family, togetherness. And I love that everyone can sit down and watch these movies. They're going to learn about love, hope, family,
yeah.
just Christmas. And that's a beautiful thing. And I feel like we've lost a little bit of that in the world.
I totally agree because I feel like all the adult content is like mature audience now, like on the
Yes.
streaming. And I'm
Yes.
like, and I love this because I watch so much stuff for work and it's like I can show my kids and they love
Yes.
it because my girls love love. So anything that ends up with love,
Oh,
like we're
that's so
happy.
sweet. Well, then I know they love Hallmark because that's what
Yeah.
Hallmark is. It's all about, and it's just so sweet.
Scouting for Christmas on Hallmark Channel.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.